Yeah, so my name is Rahul. I'm from Vijayawada right now. I just graduated from the University of Washington, Seattle with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. So I first learned about the whole SAT process and like everything when I was in my 10th grade. I believe, yeah, when I was in my 10th grade, right after I finished my 10th grade, basically just about when my 11th grade was about to start back in India. And I was just really like intrigued at the possibility of, going to the US for bachelor's itself rather than going for master's, which is what most of the people that I knew were doing. And I had a couple friends who like told me about the whole like process that's been going on. When I was in 11th grade, I knew a couple of seniors from 12th grade who told me about the whole SAT process, and they introduced me to Venkat sir, which like, and then he told me more about it, and just by the process and the opportunities, I basically learned more opportunities. Learned that I had more opportunities rather than just staying in India, and based off of that, I was like, okay, this is something that I really want to do, going outside for bachelor, so that I can like explore a new world and like something learn something like really cool, which I would not have learned if I was still in India. Couple of things actually that I felt was like really off between my like skill set and everything. Uh, One of the thing was so SAT has like four portions. Half of it is like English, the other half is like math. For the English portion, there's like the reading and the writing bit, right? Reading always threw me off when I was trying to like, answer it, because it's just a lot of questions for you to do. It's like, and a lot of reading for you to do in like a short amount of time, which I wasn't really good at. And like, I mean, yes, anyone can read, but you have to infer the right points from that passage and then answer the questions the right way. That's not something that I was really good at. That's something that I needed help with. I was fine with the writing section, not doing so great in it, but relatively compared to reading, I was fine with it. But at the same time, writing is also something that I needed to improve in. And another thing would be my when I was looking into, I also wrote a piece for as part of the admission process, and for the A for APs. I was fine with most of it, but there's just some tips and tricks that I didn't knew at that time, which made life really hard, because like you only have a set amount of time for you to answer the questions. And since I was not answering them fast enough, I'm losing on times, which made me like not answer all of the questions. But yeah, those are the problems that I faced initially. Especially with writing essays for admission, that's something that I also needed help with. I mean, I yeah, I guess because like when I was writing I mean, at the end of the day, anyone can write an essay, but the point of matter is that it should be good enough for an admission officer to consider you. And to like basically refine the initial essay that you had, I got a lot of help with that. And also a lot of um like extra points for me to include in, which was something that I had never really heard of before, right? Well, while writing an essay, because like the essays that we probably wrote in school in our education system are not really the same that I wrote when I was applying for university. So I definitely needed some guidance because I didn't knew much about it. And to be fair, at that point of time, and I guess not even now, there are not really much resources for students, especially back in India, to like guide them how to like, write essays in a specific way so that you get noticed. And also resume formatting was something that I really struggled at. I got a lot of help with that. And choosing universities, I there's I guess just one thing that I didn't know at that time was it's not always about having universities that you wanted to go. You have to like I guess like compartmentalize, as in have like couple safety schools which you know for sure you'll get in, which is something that is actually overlooked. Not a lot of people do that, and I was fortunate enough to have the guidance to from my good sir to basically pick the right amount of schools and also the right schools in terms of like where I can actually get into it and universities that would be nice for me to get into. That is something that I got a really good guidance from. Yes, visa processing, I knew nothing about it. Visa processing was really, it's also like really hectic because at that point of time it was like kind of we were in like COVID situation, the whole pandemic was happening, and it was really hectic, and the process was just all out of the place. So he basically gave us like a streamlined process. I remember because he even gave us like interview prepping into where we used to go to his office, and like he used to give us like mock interviews, and they were really helpful. I had like several mock interview sessions with him, and it really helped me ease into things, which was really nice because at the like on the day of the actual interview, uh, the whole process was like I basically had like an intuition of what to say, what not to say, which is really great to have because I probably would not have known that if I didn't like talk before with my concern. That would be, I guess, for me, what I really liked when I was a student was it's just the way things were taught, especially for I don't know if this is too specific, but like as I said before, I really needed help with my like reading section for my SATs, right? And there's just like the there's like a specific way for things to be taught for SAT English for like students who were brought up in my background because our backgrounds are like heavily STEM based and not a lot of uh I mean yes, schools do teach you English, but like not in the same level, not in the same way that you would need to use your English to basically do well on the SATs. So for me, the way of teaching so that you can really understand and grasp the new concepts rapidly to apply it and see results. That is something that I was really astonished because like for me as a student, I really didn't think English was like a really good strong subject for me, but they made it like really easy for me to understand things and look for a couple things which would basically make the comprehension easy for me. And that was, I guess, in the whole grand scope of things, it's just they have it like specific way which will make things easier for you, a lot easier for you. And that's the best thing for about Aaigen for me. I would say I would definitely recommend Aaigen to them. I guess for me, for me like there are just like some processes that you wouldn't know no matter where you are in India because it's just not the way it is things are being done over there. And to to ease you into it, Aaigen, at least for me, Aaigen was the right place because they knew what to do and they streamlined it for me, and it also made it like, I guess every personal thing that uh you could ask them, they could take care of it for you, not in the sense that they would do everything for you, but they could show you the process the right way, and in a way that you can understand, which is really important. And like from the perspective of being a student, because there are definitely people who just like tell you how to do stuff, but you won't probably get it. But yeah, that's something that I really like with Aaigen, because every process is like really streamlined, and it's like personalized for you, which is great. And yeah, I guess that is a really big thing that I got from Aaigen, and that's why I would probably recommend students to choose Aaigen.